Greetings. Welcome to Growth Hacking Show, where we have the founders, CEOs, co-founders, and serial entrepreneurs. They come and share their message, what kind of mistakes to avoid, how you can grow your business, and also leverage their best success secrets for your prosperity and your future. In case you don't know me, my name is Mohammed Siddique. I'm the host of a Growth Hacking Show and the co-author of New Success Secrets, available on Amazon. And today I have a very special guest. He is the co-founder and president of Emerging Industry. The company name is Ionization Labs, based in Austin, Texas. And he is no other than Cree Crawford.
Hi, Mohammed.
While his business is in startup mode right now, however, you really want to listen in how they have created this new stuff. He is a part of a multi-billion-dollar emerging industry right now in the United States. In fact, in a few years from now, I can tell you for sure, you will be looking forward to connecting with him. Hey, can you introduce me to Cree Crawford? That way, why not you learn all that knowledge from him right now? So that way you can tell them, I watch your show with Mohammed Siddique, and that's how I love your message. That's how you're going to connect with him. So please join me to give a warm welcome to Cree Crawford. Cree, welcome.
Thanks,
Welcome.
Mohammed. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Cree, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to get started on Ionization Labs?
Well, Mohammed, like many opportunities that have come about, it usually stemmed from a challenge in the industry. I was involved in California in the legal agricultural aspect of cannabis cultivation. And throughout the growth process of the industry in California, prior to full legalization, testing was one of the main topics that kept popping up. California is known for being very consumer friendly. And as such, testing was not required or mandatory. However, many of the dispensaries that were donating and selling cannabis products for various therapies were requesting from the cultivators testing reports. And this kind of struck me. And it struck me because it's obvious. Yeah, you want to make sure that medicine is safe, and you have to qualify and quantify that. When this started becoming more and more prevalent, I started to feel that there was something here. The tests that we were getting, that we are going to get to bring the results to the dispensaries, we're taking 3 to 10 days to get these reports back. And I thought to myself that there's, even with the industry being so small at the time and not organized, I thought that, well, looking at the future, that this was going to be even more of a prevalent challenge. And it became true that there's a major bottleneck. Now in California, sometimes it can take 2 weeks to get your reports back for testing. And we felt that there had to be a better way and some other way to kind of break up the bottleneck. And one of the ways we thought was to provide in-house testing, an in-house testing solution, and a solution that was not going to replace certification, but something that would allow for the producers of cannabis and hemp flour and other products like oils and concentrates to be able to test their product in-house throughout the whole production process. And that would allow them to save having to send samples out to get reports back, and they couldn't make business decisions in a timely manner. And you can't have an industry just sitting there waiting for information and data before making important business decisions. So we set out on a mission, my partner Alex and myself, Alex Andrawas, who's in the wine industry. Alex had been involved in testing of agricultural products because of the wine industry. We put our heads together and we said, let's identify what we wanted the solution to look like, and then work backwards from there to create that solution. And we've come a long way. And it's been about 24 months, and we are now launching in market.
Wonderful. That's amazing. All the best wishes for you. Great story. This is a very research oriented, and plus it's a capital hungry. You need to put a lot of capital and blind faith in that one, because that's a lot. That's entrepreneurship as a risk involved in that one. How you go through that, working on that one for longer time?
Yeah.
Put your own money.
Yes.
And plus, while industry is emerging almost, it's not really, because of farm bills and everything else.
Good questions. Yeah, lots of moving targets, Mohammed. Yes, you identified it. And you're right, to keep the longevity and keeping in the game, to be able to have to pivot here and there a little bit just to meet the end result. You're absolutely right. It's very capital intensive. We were very strategic. I left the cultivation space and took that capital and put it into this technology. Alex put significant amounts of capital into it as well. And then we did a friends and family round. We got to where we are today with only 1.5 million. And what we're actually doing is truly, we're disrupting the chemical analysis industry. We are creating hyper-accelerated, we penned a little phrase, hyper-accelerated chemical analysis. So, we basically have taken a gold standard and have taken gold standards of the hardware platforms for chemical analysis. One of our launching products is an HPLC, which is a high performance liquid chromatography platform. And we've taken that and we've created a software overlay to complement the gold standard of testing for, say, potency, which is one of the main solutions we're coming out with to market initially. And we've taken a software overlay and simplified something that normally would take a PhD to run. The software is highly complicated when you purchase one of these devices out of the box. And we've taken our own unique software overlay to make it so someone with very, very, very limited chemical skills, and background could run these tests. As you can imagine, the whole process had to be simplified. So there's a sample prep process. We've even taken that and simplified it into the least amount of steps. And we've taken in-house the chemical formulation and processes and packaged them into simple kits. So every test, you get a kit of pre-measured chemicals and pre-mixed vials. So that takes the whole, or tremendous amounts of the variability out of it. So we're doing something very profound for the industry, and we're very excited because there's so much volume of testing that has to be performed to limit the amount of variability to get consistent test results is a very, very profound mission, and that's why it's taken so long. So we're really excited about including that. So it's not just hardware. We're not a hardware company. We're a solutions provider.
Solution providers, software, SaaS, and plus the hardware is a combination.
Yes, sir. And the consumables. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, Cree, running a startup, you probably have learned so many lessons, what to do and what not to do. So I have a few questions on that one. So my next question is, what are the top 3 missteps to avoid to grow your business? Because you probably are going through right now, or you probably have done so many of them,
Wow. Top 3. Don't underestimate your capital requirements. Don't underestimate your time requirements. And as strong as you can, don't have any knee-jerk reactions to challenges that pop up. Give yourself a couple of beats. Even the most challenging situation that pops up, if you just take a minute, don't react, absorb, it will save you tremendous amounts of the first 2, time and money.
Time and money. Thank you. So, and let's change the side of the table. So what are your top 3 success secrets to make this happen for your growth?
The top three successes that have gotten us to where we are today.
Yeah.
I would say one of the major milestones was coming to the realization of the platform that we wanted to use. There's a tremendous amount of technology out there. There's a tremendous amount of new technology that's very exciting. And we actually looked into it, but we really settled with something that's the gold standard. What we're trying to do is bring as much accuracy to in-house as that they're utilizing in centrally located labs that are being used for certification. And that, it seems like a simple conclusion to come to, but when you're enamored by some of these new technologies, we would have faced an uphill battle with white papers that had to be written to justify the new technology and validate it. And it was, it's hard to look at the shiny new things that are out there and really focus on identifying what the best strategic platform to enter the market with was. And so that was I think number one. Actually, and before that was, raising our first $500,000 was a really exciting milestone, and it actually was the domino that brought in a lot of the other investment. We've got some tremendous industry investment partners, Merida Capital and Gotham Green Partners, and those are two major investors in the cannabis and hemp industry. And I would say all three of those are on equal par level, but bringing them in has been an absolutely tremendous wind in our sails. To have people like that believe in our mission and also support what we're doing, not just from a financial standpoint, from a business strategic standpoint. They're very smart people that have aligned with other investments that they have that compound the potential of opportunity for both groups, many of the groups, so they work together. So I would say those three things in equal value, or three.
So if you have to give advice to someone, what would be the 3 success secrets for the business growth for someone else, how they can grow their business based on your experience?
For growth, first of all, anticipate. You must anticipate and look forward to that potential growth that you don't even expect, because that can be as big a failure, a stumbling block as anything, is not being prepared for the success. So really do your due diligence. Do your behind-the-scenes planning to support that growth, because it's a double-edged sword. Success, you have to plan for it. You don't want to not be able to support your clients, because then you get trial rejectors, and trial rejection is the kiss of death in many businesses. So I would say definitely plan ahead. And there's multiple ways to plan ahead, depending on your specific business.
So thank you. So how are you growing your business right now?
So we've been really blessed to have found some resources. There's a resource that we've identified within our CRM, our customer relations management, that's given us access to every single licensed and in the process of being licensed cannabis and hemp operators in the United States and Canada, which are two of our larger markets. Having access to that database gives you a tremendous platform starting jump point. It's what you do with that data. We've also contracted with some people that have done an amazing job in launching of products, technical products. They set up the, get in with the lowest price, opportunity. It's like a Tesla reservation model. And we've really leveraged that strategy, and it's starting to show some true fruit. We've just come out of the holidays, so we had from Thanksgiving up until just the other day, and people kind of, as shut down towards the end of the year. They spend time with family. A lot of the people with the money enjoy their time off, so you're falling on deaf ears. So you really have to look at the strategic time where you're launching products into market, as well as reaching out to your community for investment capital. Coming out into the new year, everybody's really excited. Everybody's excited about 2019. Our industry, specifically the Farm Bill, has gotten some tremendous, support. Farm Bill, President signed it. That alone allows for extensive support within the hemp industry. It allows for banking. It allows for tax write-offs for equipment, which the cannabis industry still does not have. It allows for the ability to subsidize equipment. It allows for government research grants that are out there. So as you can see where I'm going, the hemp industry, even more so than cannabis, is becoming much more of a burgeoning market for us. And we have a
you are just getting started.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So as Cree, as you know, running a business is a roller coaster. Sometimes it's going up and sometimes it's going down, because especially in a startup mode, there are so many challenges you go through. So what keeps you going in a down moment?
I can't express to my peers out there, and again, I can only express what my own personal experience is, but I've been involved in a number of startups throughout my career. And each one of them have had their own challenges and successes. I have to say that starting a software company, which is what we're doing, is one of the most challenging scenarios I've ever been in. And there are many ups and downs, like with any business. And I have to say that the most important thing to have is a solid team and a solid partnership. My co-founder is one of the best co-founders I've ever had the privilege of working side by side in the industry. And it's a marriage, it's a partnership above many people's understanding. And to be able to fall back on that same person in the foxhole with you, that's fighting the same fight and there with you. So picking somebody that when you're inevitably going to have a down day, and they're going to have their good day at the same time, can balance you, and you do the same thing. So I can't express picking co-founders, co-workers, employees during a startup phase it's the most valuable asset and the most important consideration I think people need to make, because that's the rarity.
Wonderful. Surround yourself with the smarter and very supportive people who are going to uplift you when you are actually feeling down.
Yeah, it's not just talent. It's an attitude. It's like a sports team. I've run sports teams. I've run professional sports teams in the past. It is absolutely just like picking the right quarterback, just like picking the right offensive lineman. It's not just their skill sets, it's their attitude. And that is what contributes to the success and or the demise of the company.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. How the Growth Hacking Show community, people who are watching this right now, can support you?
Oh, wow, what a great resource. I would say, feel free to reach out, and if you're interested in the cannabis and hemp industry, we touch all aspects of it. It's very exciting. Testing, you can't take product to market without it being tested. And you can't, I would say that the support, I would say, please reach out to me. And if you've got a background and again, would like to learn more about our industry, I would love to have a conversation with you and see how we could support each other. I have a hard time asking for help. I'd love to see how we could interface and help each other. So,
yeah, if it's not you, then you probably know someone. Just refer that Cree Crawford profile to someone who knows it, because you're really helping your friend yourself to actually speed up the process of making the business success. And it's not only for hemp industry, it's really a process to actually get into many other industries. This is just a template.
Yes, sir. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for identifying that. Yes, simplifying chemical analysis leads to more data. I mean, at the end of the day, we're collecting data, and data empowers business. And the more data points, the more successful businesses can make strategic decisions on.
Wonderful. Cree, as we are about to wrap up, what would you say as a final word?
First of all, I'm just so honored and flattered that you reached out to me, sir. I thank you. And I'd like to just wish everybody an incredible new year. What a wonderful opportunity to have this interview right at the beginning of the new year where things are so fresh. I would say to everybody, follow your dreams. Don't be afraid. It's the only way to not reach a dream is to not try to endeavor to enact upon it. So, you know, everybody get out there and you know, utilize the American dream, you know.
Thank you so much, Cree Crawford, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Show community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia, wishing you good luck, good sales. I do hope our path cross again with another amazing guest. Until then, all best wishes.
Thanks, Mohammed. Thanks, everyone.